Well, hello, hello, everybody. Sorry, guys. I wanted to apologise about last night. Work has been a bit of a pain in the backside at the moment, so I've had to do a bit extra last night. The usual, you know. But I hope you're well. I hope everybody's well. I thought I'll stick one up, but I noticed we Stokesy's just went live, and I've never seen Stokesy. That's about a year or something now. So I hope Hannah and Man are doing well. I hope they're good. If I knew she was going live, I would have just left us. You know, I think that's where everybody is. I think I'll just end this and we'll get a couple of minutes. Hiya, Squirrel, darling. How you doing? I thought yous would all. I thought yous would all been out at East Oxy's. It's good to see you in, pal. Uh, how's you, Squirrel? I'll stick a link out in a couple of minutes then. See, to be honest with you, I've not really even really got a kind of thing we to talk about tonight. How we doing, Toddy, bro? Toddy, I can only apologise to you, mate. You were bad. You were banned for in here. Had a bit of a rogue mod, but you were banned and I didn't know nothing about it, but I've sorted it now, pal. So you're always welcome, Toddy. Okay, mate. Well, if anybody wants to come up with something to talk about, you know, no, honestly, Toddy, no bullshit, mate. Honestly, I've never. It's something I never ever thought, but hey ho, that is what it is, mate. I can only apologise for it. But so, has anybody got anything they would want to talk about? Maybe any interesting subjects or whatever? Just fire it in the chat, guys, if you want to. It's completely up to you. I've been watching a couple of things on Netflix recently, and there's a thing on it now called Killing Eve. And and in that Killing Eve, it's basically about MI5 and this serial killer woman going around about killing people and things. But it's a great Sammy Hamburgers. Toddy, I must apologise, mate. I hope you're alright, pal. Rest in peace to your mother, mate. There's nothing worse than losing a parent, mate. Me and me and me and Sammy Hamburgers know all about that, bro. We really do. No, day, my heart, my prayers are with you, bro. Sigmund Freud, the father of mental health, the father of, what else was he angry with? Plus, he liked a bit of cocaine, didn't he? He liked a bit of opiates. How we doing, Banter City, bro? What you saying, Sean? I don't really watch Dexter. I watched a couple of episodes of it, and it was I found it was very, very, very. I got you sorted nearly, Paul. I hope you're well, darling. I found it was very, very lazy writing in it, Sammy Hamburgers. I thought it was very lazy writing. But I said that about Sons of Anarchy too. Right, I thought the first 2 seasons of Sons of Anarchy, the acting was woeful, and I felt the storylines were a bit lazy. But I'll maybe need to give that a bash. I maybe need to just fucking take a look at it. Banter City. Do you think it was all just Ingwe's a grandeur? Banter City. I think the guy thought he was a lot brighter than he actually was. You know, he liked to use all these big words and he never really got. There it's it, pal. You're all welcome up, guys. Everybody's welcome up if you want to come up and get a wee chat. But listen, guys, if anybody in the chat has got something you would really like to talk about or get a I would say it's a lot of. I think it panders to a lot of people, a lot of the bigwigs.
I wish you, mate.
Yo, how we doing, pal?
I'm alright, but when you started to diss the Sons of Anarchy, I thought, nah, I'm not having that. Like,
no, honestly,
I'm joking.
No, see the first. Oh, DG bro, I hope you're well, mate.
Well, mate, I told my mum to watch that, forgetting that the last CODs and like the opening scenes. Do you know?
Aye.
I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that. Oops.
Well, see, the Sons of Anarchy, I felt the first two, and it's just my opinion, I felt the acting was absolutely criminal.
Oh, definitely. It got a bit better as it went on, to be fair. Like,
yes, it definitely did, pal. That's why I was saying the first couple of seasons was kind of. I'm actually really surprised. I'm really surprised that they actually made what more than 2 seasons.
Yeah,
up to that point, but it got a lot better.
Retrospectively, as in like it'd been out a long time before I watched it. I had never thought I'd enjoy something about a biker gang.
Yeah, well, this is it. I just didn't. Nothing about it kind of hang with me head. You know what I mean? Nothing about it made me go, "Wow, I want to watch it." But in the same kind of thing, Game of Thrones was like that with me too. I just didn't. Don't get me wrong. I love sci-fi. I love something with a good storyline. You know what I mean? I love something with a good. There's multiple twists. If you can understand, I love things with multiple twists that gets you thinking. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that, man.
Now I got annoyed with various what are they called? What we're talking about here, fucking series, starting and thinking, oh, this is pretty good actually, and then them being canned. Like the last one I watched was something called Jericho. They'd done a whole season and then they'd done like 2 episodes and that was it.
Jericho.
I was just getting the popcorn and I was like, this is all right. Yeah.
You're no block monk. Not at all, bro. Not at all, monk.
And then so you'll remember how long Jericho was. Since then, I've just like slowly stopped watching.
Daniel, bro.
A lot of stuff wishy just because you can see a lot of the propaganda and things.
Yeah. See, Jericho, was that the one about the cop who was he was actually a criminal and he took a guy's identification?
Nah, Jericho was about a wee village somewhere up towards, I think it was meant to be like California, but it was the only place in the country that hadn't been affected by loads of nuclear fallout.
All right.
the whole of the States was covered with nuclear fallout, bar this wee place. And they were able to have like clean water and shit like that. So it was all about that wee village trying to protect itself. Kind of, what's the word, Walking Dead-y sort of feel, but they're not on the move.
Right,
They're protecting their place from the outsiders. And yeah, it started to get really good. And like I say, they only done like 2 episodes in the second series, and that was it. They've had enough now. But they left, as you can imagine, there was just a whole story left because they didn't finish with the Kents.
There's been a few
Game of Thrones, knowing
things.
that it wasn't the guy that wrote the last part himself. I've never watched the end of it.
No. See, I think it was the last 7 episodes, they totally went off script.
Yeah, because apparently there was no actual like rounding up a Jon Snow or anything you'd expect.
No, it was left ambiguous, but it was even more ambiguous. You know what I mean? It was worse than it was. It just
the thing that's still stuck in some guy's head somewhere. He just will hold a pew to it. Get right in it. Come on.
See, to be honest with you, with Game of Thrones, I enjoyed it. Right, simply, obviously the writing and the cast, the people who they play, the cast into the positions was perfect. But it was when you go to the episodes, you could just tell. I could tell that wasn't that George R.R. Martin didn't have any input into the last 7 episodes, and you can tell it a mile away. And it was, in my opinion, I don't know, man, it was, in a way, it was lazy and all, you know, because there were only one twist in it in the end. Do you know what I mean? She died. But I don't know, man. After all these seasons and watching it and getting hyped up, and then the next minute, bang, I'm like, well, that's just shitty.
It is, so yeah, I've not watched anything really since that. I just watch stuff about stuff, if that makes sense. Podcasts.
Have you ever watched The Sopranos?
I have not, no.
See, you've got a bit of time
on the TV. I was out and about just living my life, and then I've never actually got round to watching it. It's on the bucket list of I must do that at some point.
Listen, that is possibly the best TV show I've ever watched. The depth in it, the acting, it's unreal. James Gandolfini is probably the best gangster I have ever seen being portrayed. It was really amazing. Oh, brilliant, hen. Brilliant.
Because I've seen some of the more famous scenes, if that makes sense, because you watch
they
always show you bits and pieces or whatever, eh?
Aye.
Same with some films, I've seen that many bits of films that I do feel sometimes I've actually seen the film. And
there's a lot of shorts in that about. Aye, Monk, innit? Listen, it's not just that, it's the wee intricacies that go along with it and all, Squirrel. See, all the acting and all that, and there was a couple of guys who was in it were actual gangsters. You know what I mean? They were actual fucking gangsters in the past. Outlaw King, you nutter. Peppa Pig was better.
You don't get the same caliber of actor anymore, eh? No.
I feel
everybody... I've just read Outlaw King's comment. Papa. It's pretty decent at the old acting, like.
Well, see that if you... I look at it now. Actors, it just seems to be looks and like social media following that gets people where they are these days.
Yeah.
Rather than being just a very good actor.
Yeah, you don't seem to have to do much apart from like turn up in Ibiza with a certain haircut and a certain look, and then boom.
Yep.
You get deals all over the place. It's wild that Ibiza Final Boss, that's all it took was the lad that he dressed a certain way.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
Viral and then bang. You'll have plenty of money this following year. You'll not be the top thing by summer next year, but he'll make money definitely.
Oh, Sean, I did see Breaking Bad, and I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, and I started watching Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah, the spin-off.
And I watched that El Camino. Now, I think Better Call Saul is amazing. I think it's got so good writing, and that guy who plays that part, wow, it's just so good writing, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What show you on about, Sam? Mobland. See, that's another one that I've no actually got into.
Is that the one where is it Kurt Russell in that?
No, that's the one with Tom Hardy and Helen Mirren. Okay. I've seen one episode of it, and that's something I really want to get into, like, and watch it.
Decent old series. That's funny because I'm no doxing myself here, but the second half of my Reg plate is Sons of Anarchy. That's why I bought it. I used to have a hoodie in the back parcel shelf. I used to have a hoodie, a Sons of Anarchy hoodie, with the badge out in the back of the parcel shelf. But then
you just took the words right out of my mouth there. I was going to say, I bet you've got a t-shirt.
Yeah, man, I had a hoodie, but then my dog fucking munched my mate's hoodie while he was sitting in my kitchen. So I went, here, you can have that hoodie. Replace the one my dog's just ruined, the little bastard. So he lost my son's hoodie, the dick.
See what you've just said there, mate. See that Tulsa King. I enjoyed that, eh? That was good. I enjoyed that. You seen that one, Hen?
Nah. What's this? Get past episode 2 and you're hooked. If what? Oh, yep. Right. Okay. The Mobland thing. See, I couldn't get past like episode 2 or 3 of the one you were on about Breaking Bad. There was just too much of him being LA, and I was like, I'm not in the right frame of mind to be watching somebody that's about checking out. Like, but people in the house reassure me that I really should watch it.
No, honestly, see that Mobland. I'll need to actually. I'm actually going to. Well, it'll not be this weekend. It'll maybe need to be next weekend because FIFA 26 is out tomorrow night at 12, and I'm probably going to spend the next 2 weeks playing that. That's my vice. That's the only thing I do. It's my vice. Is FIFA.
Yeah.
My laddie came in. I used to stay in a flat. That's another flat in Wishaw.
I read that banner say Squirrel delivers post on a Sons of Anarchy motorbike. Oh mate.
Aye, with spooky dokies on the wheels.
That's got a beautiful mint condition 1969 Ford Mustang. It's fucking beautiful.
My dad, when he was younger, he used to have a motorbike, and he had a Triumph.
Oh, nice.
What was it? But it was a big engine number, and that my mum. That's what my mum used to say. That was the only reason why I went with your dad.
Because he had a
good motorbike.
That's funny because my mum met my dad because my dad drove past with his pal in the car, and my ma and her pal were apparently walking down the road, and that's why my ma liked my dad apparently because his car.
Here's our Susie. Good to see you, darling.
Ford Capri. Would you believe it, mate? I'm here because I'm pretty much here because of a Ford Capri. There you go.
I loved Capris, and I still do. Still see them getting, at shows and all that. They're all getting put out. The fucking cracking motors.
Have you seen the new apparently electric Capri that they've brought out? It's terrible. You could.
I was going to say that there, and I'd seen
I get why they're doing electric versions.
Anything.
You can't have a Mustang that's electric, okay? That's just not a thing. How have you got horsepower when it's a fucking bit of electric? This does my head in, eh?
Oh, banter, 100%, mate. They haven't half got a growl off them. They Mustangs. That is some. I mean, they cars are you're pushing out 5, 6, 7 litres on them.
You want to see my dad's car with you? Oh no, I can't share screen, can I?
Sorry, what you saying, my pal?
I was saying I could show you my dad's car. It's on my shorts.
Well, stick it up, man.
I can't share screen, can I? Can I? Aye, wait a minute, right.
I don't know how to listen, Hen. You're asking a dumb guy here.
No, wait a minute. I can't. I'll show you my dad's car. He used to get like older cars, but he's getting older, so he bought a nice newer car, shall we say?
Aye.
See, this car turns me into a total kid. Right, here we go. Right, there's the car.
Right there, and I'll put you on to solo layout.
And well, I'll come back to StreamYard. Aye, right. Present, share screen, push. There we go.
There's something not
Ignore
right.
My voice, by the way. I'm sure my voice is in this. Oh no, you'll need to hear it for the fucking thing. Eh?
There's something not right here with my.
Is that working?
No. You've just. All right.
Aye, I've hijacked your YouTube for a second.
Right. Okay.
You can hear that.
Oh wow.
Oh wow! Video there.
Canny health. Wow, man.
Right, wait a minute.
That's a machine. How we doing, River Mac? See you, bums. See you, mate. Aye, that's a machine. Right. That is a machine.
Camaro ZL1, fastest apparently the road car they've ever made. But it's Bumblebee. It is outlocking. It's Bumblebee, mate, and it's an import.
Oh fuck! Squirrel, darling, I've just kicked you, and I didn't mean to kick you, Hen. Fuck! Sorry, darling. Fucking idiot, man. But that was a cracking car, mate. See the Teslas. I just can't buy into it. I can't buy into the Teslas. Right? I apologise, Hen. Sorry.
Oh, did you kick me? I thought I kicked myself.
No, I kicked you off. I went to like the other one. It came up on my StreamYard as another. How we doing, Joker? It came up as like another guest in the thing when I tried to kick it. You get kicked.
That would have been my share screen guesty person, I think.
You enjoy your dinner, River Mac. I hope it's something nice. But what was I saying there, man? No, listen. I watched something today, Hen. Right, that's a lie. I listened to something today, and I listened to Patrick Bet-David.
All right.
With Tommy Robinson.
Okay, interesting.
And this is a new one. This is the one where this one here is obviously the things happened in London. The people went to London there on the 13th. He is talking about that, and he's obviously talking about what's his name, Nigel Farage, and other leaders, that's kind of trying to bury him. I mean, I didn't know, and there were a lot of things that I found out that I didn't know. I mean, Nigel Farage came out and said that he physically abused his wife. Right?
Yeah.
And there's no truth in that. How we doing, Tom? There's no truth in it at all. Right? So that was his first kind of strike with Farage. But can you hear me, Hen?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There was also, this was in 2015, there was a, I don't want to say Pakistani because I don't know if it is, but there were a guy from like Asian descent, or what could you say, Arab descent. He are up lines there, bro. Johnny Wong, bro. Uh, and he got in contact just before Tommy. It was just as Tommy was going to the, what do you call it? He was in the EDL still, right? And this fucking guy had went to him and asked him to, can we have a meeting? So he went to the meeting, and the guy said to him, listen, the guy was from Birmingham, right? And he was doing a lot of stuff in Birmingham, like for the people and for, like, he basically was wanting to put Birmingham on the map, right?
Okay.
So he went and met them. We met the guy, and the guy had two gangsters with him, right? Muslim gangsters, right? So him and Tommy sat and spoke, and he said to Tommy, he says, listen, I can benefit you and what you're trying to do if you help me. So he said, listen, I'm not just aiming to become a parliamentary minister. I'm wanting to go to the top. And Tommy's like, right, okay. He says, but I need your back, and I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Right? So he then goes, Tommy does his digging on the guy, and he finds out that guy used to be he fought for Britain. He was quite high up in the British Army.
Right.
Right? But then he looks back and he keeps digging, and he finds out himself that guy used to, he had something to do with, like, the jihad. So it came out that the guy was actually undercover in the British Army, but all along he was a jihad.
Oh, wow.
Learning about the people. I couldn't believe that, man. I couldn't fucking believe that when I read that.
That's just like old school spies, eh? They'd get right
Yeah.
stuff, so they got the inside scope, man. Best way to get the inside information, I would imagine, eh?
Gav B, Donna, good to see you. It's
Yes, Gav.
it's very, very. See, this is what a lot of people do. No, right? A lot of see the agencies now, like the spy name and all that. That's kind of like a faux pas now. You know what I mean? Or that era's deed. Is it fuck? Is it fuck, man? That was the best. That was the best way these
It
agencies.
makes you wonder, eh, what kind of masks and that people are wearing these days, man. Crazy. You ever seen the clip of the footage for the woman, and she's talking about having worked for something like the CIA and stuff, spying kind of territory, and I think it was in the late 80s, 90s, and she's basically showing you the same tech they use in fucking Madame Doubtfire, the film, how they turn him into her. And apparently they use stuff like that all the time, and nobody knows.
Sorry, Susie, I didn't. Sorry, darling, give me 2 seconds. Susie, I didn't pick up on you there, hen. Aye, 100%, Susie. No. Listen, see, the end of the day, Susie, you're a managing mod for fucking. But I've said to you before, if you decide something, then that's up to you, hen. You don't fucking worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that at all. I've said that to you. The people who's moderators and whatnot else, if you need to do something, then do it. I wouldn't fucking hang it. And I know, just with you as a person, I know it's obviously not been somebody fucking very good. So don't. Aye, 100%. Sorry, Squirrel. I digress back to what we're talking about here.
Yeah, my mind went blank. Walked right off. No, it's gone.
Anyway, I heard there also, one thing he also said was that back in 2021, the National Crime Agency had come up with there were 8,000 rapes in 2020/21. So they done another one in 2025. There was 88,000 rapes in 2025.
Funny that.
So it's 100 times, right? And they tried to check the demographic, the rapes, right? What was he? What ethnicity was he? And 94% were of Arab ethnicity.
Yeah.
Now, that's not just being racist. That's just saying facts.
Yeah.
But
people are hurt by facts, though, you know.
Right, I'm going to say something here, right? And a lot of people might disagree with me, right? But I get it. It's part of their religion and that. But see in Britain, there should not be 12-year-olds getting married in mosques. It shouldn't be happening.
No.
Under our law, which is our law, that should never be broken for a religion. Never. And they're 12-year-old girls getting married to fucking 40-odd-year-old men at times.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible, eh? Like, I don't even know where to start with that.
It's something I can't fathom.
Nope.
Right?
That's what I mean. You don't even know where to start trying to pick it apart, eh? Like,
there is, see the money that's getting funneled into all our people in prominent positions from what could you say? They're all being paid a hell of a lot of money from your leftist to pump as many people into Britain as they possibly can. Different kind of ethnicity to change the populace, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if this goes the way it's going, continually the way it's going, they say that in 6 years' time, the population will have grown that much. It will probably be more like 20 to 25% of Britain is Muslim.
It's mental, eh? Being a minority in your own home.
Yeah. And what I take for it is,
I mean, most men are minorities in their own home, to be fair, because you all tend to live with loads of women half the time, unless you're lucky and have loads of boys ranges.
Right. See the thing. We cannot go over to these Muslim countries. We can't drink alcohol.
Nope.
We can't eat what we would eat here. And I mean that through obviously bacon.
Yep.
Right? We can't do that. And we abide by these laws. And see the way I am. I'm like when in Rome. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But that's not happening in Britain.
Nope. Just come here and do what you like.
We'll bend.
Way of life.
Aye, we'll bend and accommodate you.
It's right now, I've never loved the word tradition so much because we have lost a hell of a lot of tradition in the UK.
Well, there's one thing that I have seen, and it's actually made me kind of a bit proud, is I've seen a lot of Christian. There's been a kind of surge in Christianity in Britain as of the last year. There's a lot of people coming back, and I'm happy for that. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy, and there's a lot of churches in Britain have taken down their LGBT rainbow flags and all that in
That's what they should, because they're not sticking
their
to what
highways.
the beliefs are, eh?
But do you know the reason why they were putting all them up? They were getting paid to.
Oh, really?
They were getting money funneled through, i.e., either a Vatican or the Church of Scotland or the Church of England.
Oh, why does that not surprise me?
Right, so it was a narrative that was being pushed, but a lot of the people's congregation, they started hitting back on it, and then they had a kind of a set amount of ministers, priests that didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
And they started putting them up, putting everything up what they were. And it started pulling all that shit down. Because I just can't fathom in a society, there's less than something like 12,000 people like that in Britain. Right? And there's like 8 million people in Britain.
It's mental, eh?
So 12,000 people get the majority to go and make a flag. And I just think it's bonkers.
It is bonkers. It's too much of people putting their head in the sand and just saying, oh, it's cool, man, just let the crazies do what they want. And to the point where everybody believes they can be something they never will be, to the point it's extremely sad. Yeah.
I just struggle. See the way I start to see things. Common sense.
That's not a thing anymore, Wishy.
No, I haven't.
There might be sense, but it's not common, mate. The common bit died a long time ago, I believe.
There are so many things that have been made. I've been look at the other side. And you're like, but there isn't really another side. There's just what it is and what it isn't. Black and white. But they're making third options, the choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're too busy trying to make grey areas, and hopefully everybody just argues over those, because one's no white and one's no black. See, and that's what you want of arguing the toss in the middle, not paying attention.
That's exactly what it is, Susie. You're 100% right. We are now being persecuted for being Christians in a Christian country.
Yep.
It doesn't matter whether you're a Protestant Christian or a Catholic Christian, or you're a Elam, or you're a Church of Scotland, it doesn't matter. We're being persecuted for being, and I've actually witnessed some people getting treated like as if they're lower level, as if they're shit on these guys' shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it is true. This is what these people really think of us.
Oh, yeah.
They have no respect. They have no thanks for the country they're in. And I genuinely believe that this country is theirs now. How we doing, Shirley?
Happening, Shirley. Hope you're well, lovely.
I don't know about your take on that is, for instance, they believing that the country's theirs today as they see fit.
Oh, yeah. Most other religions, that is their attitude, though. It's the same with the ones that pull the strings in the background, mate. The ones that are prepared to take us all down if they're backed into a corner.
Yeah, Susie, I'll get that the new head. I'll hang with that as well, pal. I'll give that a wee sub. I don't want to have to come on every time I'm on here, Hen, and we just go into the same subject all the time, the immigration and whatnot else. But I feel it's just so much a strong point in all your lives now.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can't not talk about it. You know, there are so many different layers to that type of what could you call? Because it's happening to us all.
Yeah, and we're not allowed to defend ourselves, even verbally.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Obviously, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I still don't feel. It still doesn't sit. It'll never sit right with me. Obviously, what happened. But I watched Candace Owens today, guys, and I don't know if any of you's watched Candace Owens. I quite like Candace Owens. She
Yeah, I
changes her.
watched it in the early days, like.
She changes her stance on things. Right? She's no above herself to admit I was wrong.
Yeah, she'll find stuff out and
For instance,
change
Israel. She's changed her stance on Israel. She was a very purported backer of Israel, but now
till you go peeling back the layers, guys.
Yep. So there was something else that I had when I watched that. Is there's a lot of ambiguous things coming out now about Charlie Kirk. The man was getting put under duress. He was under a lot of pressure from people behind the scenes, leftist people behind the scenes with funding. I don't know if Charlie took the money that was getting thrown in his face, but there was a certain name that she said.
Just remember, the guy was a Christian, mate. Just that's what people need to know, like.
Right, well, that tells me that they were pressuring him to take whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? And it was money. And
there's a certain demographic of society out there that will throw the money about until they get their own way. And if they don't get their own way throwing the money about, that's when they'll, do other stuffs, shall we say. And that's why a lot of things at the White House ground to a halt. If you all noticed, X, Y, and Z was on its way to be happening. Next minute, Mr. Trump gets a visit by a certain demographic of people, and then all of a sudden, all said stuff's forgotten about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put heat in your channel by using the
name. No. Listen.
And I'm not talking about the ones that are coming
and you're part of this channel the same as everybody else is part in it. You're on this live 99% of the time. You come up here and we got a good chat.
Watch what you're saying, or you get thrown under the anti-sem bus, shall we say?
Aye. Well, maybe, but at the.
Or you get thrown under the far right bus.
I never thought I would say the day when I heard Elon Musk advocate for free speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what he's literally doing now. He's advocating for free speech.
Yeah, if you want to find something that you can't find on Google, get your ass over to X and use it as a search bar. Don't bother using it to look for people. Just search whatever it is you're looking for, and you'll find infos on what you're looking for most times on the old X.
Sammy, see what you've just said there, right? That might be true, but it also might be false, because there's a lot of narratives being spun, right, about Tommy Robinson for people to question and to go off him. There's a lot of that going on too. So personally, I've not seen any information that states that Tommy Robinson is being funded by the Israelis.
Well, that's that, eh?
But it wouldn't surprise me, mate. It wouldn't surprise me, because if you look at the Ashkenazi Jews, going back to things, they've been funding both sides of wars for hundreds of years.
Yep.
Hundreds of years. And
it's also the same peoples that were thrown out of various countries, and not just Germany, for taking silver off the edge of coins. That's why your coins now have an edge to them with something on it.
Do you know something?
When was the golden age of Spain started? The year a certain democrat were kicked out of their country.
That's right. That's right.
Funny that, eh? Ooh.
Well, see, because they did. If you go back and look at when Constantinople was there,
Yeah.
right? You go back to Constantinople. You go to Spain. You go to Turkey. I mean, Turkey used to be a Christian country. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, mate. Aye. Yep. Before the Ottoman Empire started its bollocks.
Yep.
Why you've got brown-eyed peoples in Greece these days. You're meant to have blue hair and blue eyes and blonde hair in Greece. Folk always think people look weird, and it's like, no, they're the original Greeks, mate.
Well, if you look at Cyprus as well now, Hen.
Oh, don't even get me started with Cyprus.
Cyprus used to be a British colony.
Yeah, and they've still got half of Turkey up the north, and they've done nothing. You know, they sat back and just let all that happen. Oh, just it's fine, be part of NATO, and we'll look after you. And they've done nothing. That so annoys me. I've got a really good friend. He lives in Birmingham. His dad is originally from that part of Cyprus and was brought out of his house at gunpoint in the middle of the night. And that Birmingham, the other places, is where the man ended up. But listening to John and what he talks about that time and how it affected people, like his dad ended up in the UK, and his dad's brother ended up going to just down the coast to a place called Paphos, just outside.
Paphos, yeah.
Yeah, he ended up with, in fact, this is mental, right? Because I remember sitting at this beach. It's called Palm Beach, I think.
Right.
It's the only beach in Paphos. And then you've got a private beach that belongs to a big hotel. His uncle owned the big hotel.
All right.
And I'd been there loads, and I didn't know about this until the man died, and he was like, oh, my dad's brother, so-and-so, and he put all these pictures up, and then explained to me that that was his uncle's thing, hotelier. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I was there when I was like 8-year-old, before I even met John. Because I met John in Greece. He's got family in Crete, so he goes out there 6 months of the year every year. Lucky mofo. He does, what's the word? Freelance journalism. So
that's where, as a journalist, that's where the money is these days. Freelance.
He makes so much money off it, like just talking the truth about stuff.
Well,
or doing his best to anyway. Does a lot of.
There are a lot of journalists, darling, who are being funded and pushed by a leftist narrative.
Oh yeah.
Right, there is a lot of journalists who...
I'll start screenshotting some of his stuff that he posts, because he posts once a day on Facebook and then he takes it back down so he doesn't get cancelled.
Aye.
But he's a bum because he'll not tell me what the name is when he's writing. So he doesn't use his own name when he posts these to, or whoever ends up with what his journalist name is. He won't tell me that. And fair play. Nearly 20 years I've known the guy and he's never told me that. But he lets me see his articles though. I've just never put the effort into finding out, letting something read it and then tell me where it come from.
Well, see I'll go back to what Tommy Robinson was saying in that interview. He got into the thing of the monarchy, right? And he spoke, what he said was, and I didn't know this. I didn't know King Charles is a proponent for Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's all very dodgy, given that originally they're German and now they're British, and then now they're hanging about with the...
Yeah. That's it, Tom. That's it. Highest bidder, bro. Who's willing to pay them the most money? Yeah. But if you look at the king, right? See the people that's giving him the money. Obviously, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Apparently, he got 3 million cash 2 years ago as a gift for the Saudis.
But there is actual reasons the Saudis, since that what's his name came in charge, that new prince, what's his name, The one they tried to take out. You know that
Oh, yeah.
The Vegas shooting was trying to take him out.
Give me 2 seconds, pal. Sammy, that isn't Google, mate. That's actually just doing a bit of what you could say amateur police work and amateur, reading up on things and doing your due diligence. So maybe you're needing to fucking do that instead of watching MMA pages and Pornhub.
Yeah, man. Go down the rabbit holes, Sammy, man.
Aye. Oh, listen, I could go for hours about the rabbit holes, then. Hours.
Yeah. But that whole Vegas shooting, yeah, that was them trying
100%.
to take the Prince. And then the things that have cascaded down since then, I would be trusting them at this point.
Aye.
Over Iran or anywhere else over that neck of the woods. Because Saudi just seems to want to get on.
Well,
As
if you
their own shit.
If you look at that, see the amount of false flag operations that's happened in America over the last, you could even go as far to say 9/11, Sandy Hook.
Yep.
I know for a fact that is a ban number. If you go into Sandy Hook, you get
people have nearly lost their lives talking about that, man.
Yeah, so it's not something I want to go deep into, but the Sandy Hook is very, very much a hot topic. But there's people out there saying that it wasn't what it was, and there's other people saying it was what it was. Now, Alex Jones got took through court,
and
he lost his livelihood because of that.
Yeah, man.
But they were in Britain, it's known as the Crown Prosecution Service. The elite of the law. Well, in America, these people sat way evidence that Alex Jones had brought with and they dismissed it.
There's questionable footage of people being interviewed about that and stuff, like people, children's parents and stuff. So you can see why, people actually stop and go, okay, so what have you got to show me on this? Let me see. But you're not allowed to see. That's the issue. Nobody's allowed to see. So you can't use discernment because you're only given what they allow us to see. That's why I like Twitter, because you can just go on, use it as a research bar, have a wee nosy about it, what comes up, and then go, okay, I'm likely to possibly leave that on a rating of maybe 7 out of 10, rather than just buy into blindly what a lot of people do and go, oh, well, the BBC said it, so it must be fucking true. Yeah, same people that protect pedos. It's not mainstream anything in my house. So I was saying about Netflix. If you look at who created Netflix and track it back, he is the son of the guy that created, what's it called, Propaganda, and the guy that created Propaganda was the nephew of Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
I watched a video about that today, and I was like, oh, that's quite a thingy that you mentioned Netflix.
That guy there was the one who... How are we doing, Josh? That guy there...
Mate, not seen you for ages. Jeez, oh.
That guy there, who you're talking about, Sigmund's nephew, he was the one that turned round and totally changed breakfast.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He was the one that basically...
Cigarettes to women. Oh, it's a freedom. What was it they called it? Torches of freedom was a cigarette in his eyes. And that's why all the women were smoking loads in the 50s and 60s, thanks to that guy.
Well, basically, he turned round and he got all the associations of America, right? All the Wheat Association, and he got anything that pushed forward. Everybody that wanted to make more money, i.e.
Mr. Kellogg, he got him on board.
Yep, he got them all on board and he said, I can make yous blah, 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 but yous need to give me blah, blah, blah. And he changed the fundamental breakfast. He changed it to high calorie, high fats, very much high in rapeseed oil and dangerous oils.
Sugar.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And the sugar was unreal. It was like tenfold of what they would normally have. And he totally decimated. And if you look at America, the obesity in the last 20 years, wow, man. America is a very obese country.
That's what they want, though. So you go on to you have to pay for all your medicine, eh? So they want pharmaceutical customers, man. Give you anything they want, as long as you end up a pharmaceutical customer.
You know, that's why in Scotland, it's not the same in England, but in Scotland, we get our thing for free, our prescriptions
and then
for
you
free.
wait 3 weeks for your prescription. Like, I literally have to go to the chemist tomorrow and knock on their desk again and be like, right, look, I was in a week ago. You told me it arrived and it was going to a hub and was coming back. This is now a week later, but I had already waited a fortnight before that. So as much as it's free, I don't think it's the best. Like,
Aye.
Anybody should be waiting 3 weeks for any medicine.
Yep. I totally agree with you on that one, pal. But it's still
very fortunate, you know, like being able to go to hospital and stuff, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to just being able to like access easy stuff, like I said, I was like, well, I hope I don't like end up having an asthma attack or something, having to phone an ambulance because you just couldn't get me my inhaler in time, even though I gave you plenty of time to order it and get in.
But even with we're talking about waiting times and all that. That worms his way back into immigration as well, because all these immigrants are taking all the slots for people, for dentists, chiropractic, health, like hospitals. They are all put forward and we're put back.
Yeah.
So
they'll charge somewhere the money for it. They'll be just able to charge the government.
Really? It's
this is
it all feeds into this immigrant mindset. What?
I says this is pretty much a time in history for those in power to have basically a blank checkbook. Oh, yes. Well, you need that check for? Oh, for those guys on the boats, 30 million. Yeah, that's for their dinner the night. To myself, 30 million.
Yep.
Too obvious that's what it is, a big money laundering scheme.
They think that's what King Charles is doing.
Probably.
Laundering money. Apparently, there's been a couple of agencies have went and said to their superiors of that, and they've been told to drop it. So,
Gav, don't be silly if you think that all those people were there just for just for Tommy, mate. He's not that popular. That was for the whole of the country, because this has been going on for a long time and a lot of people have had their head in the sand.
Yep.
And nobody's going to criticise anybody for being late to the party, but this is a serious issue. Just because it doesn't affect us too much here in Fife, it's a terrible issue everywhere else. Do you not notice when you walk through Edinburgh, mate, that it's not just tourists?
Yep.
I was in Leith yesterday.
Edinburgh's bad.
One person did I have, like the woman that served me in Greg's, she wasn't for here. None of the people, apart from the folk that I was sitting with at the course, were actually from the UK. It was pretty surreal. And it's always been multicultural, but not the wee back bits like that.
Yeah. You know something, man, right? My partner's an immigrant.
Oh, I know.
Right.
They'll come here the right way, though.
Yes,
and they're willing to work, and well, she's clearly, obviously, willing to integrate with the locals.
Well,
and I'm being a dick saying that because
she's been here for 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
Right? She has put more into the economy than I would say most Scots.
Most likely, yeah.
Right? Paying her taxes and whatnot else. Right? But if you look at the fundamental of it, she's still an immigrant. Now, we spoke about this, about her going for like dual nationality.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. After 10 years, man, you're pretty much from the place you stay then, eh?
Right. Well, do you know what they want? She's been here for that long and they want, how we doing, cunt, bro? They're wanting close to £5,000 for that to happen.
That's terrible.
Yep.
For all the money she'll have put into this country.
So, but my daughter, right? Now, I want my daughter to have dual nationality.
Right, yeah.
I want her to embrace her heritage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And if she wants to go get a Latvian passport,
oh, nice part of the world.
It's only something like 800 quid.
What? Even that's mental. 800 quid to prove that you're like entitled to have something.
It's
given that it's those people that make us have these things in the first place.
Yeah.
You want me to have the ID, don't make me charge me that
See
much.
that, I'll give you my opinion on that. This is where I think it's coming from. All right. People think that they're trying to take over Britain. Right? There might be an element of that. Okay? But I think it's a psyop. I think it's to bring in a digital ID.
Yeah, definitely. We can't have you wandering about with any ID on you, so we'll just hook you up with this. Oh, you've none. Oh, well, you can't get in here unless you get that. You can see it in airports and stuff. You're not able to go in and get yourself any food unless you've got an extra bit of ID.
That's what I think where it goes to. I think it goes as deep as digital ID. And that to me, sorry, if anybody can hear me eating, I'm eating some Maltesers. Sorry.
It's all right. Soon we're going to be TNK that'll be raging apparently.
Oh, the guy doesn't like it, doesn't he? No. The guy does not like it. I've got a mate like that, man. I've got a mate I work well like that, man. See, like in the canteen, he refuses to sit in the canteen and break.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
I mean, he's got one of the ones, he just can't sit and like ignore it. He's like, stay away. Can you close your mouth? Stop smacking. Well, Ian, would you like a wee Maltesers, my friend?
Yes, please. Actually, I had sweet earlier. What did I do with that?
I would say so, Josh. I would say you're right there. That is the most prominent problem in Britain at the moment, is immigration. Illegal immigration at that.
Yep.
But I know what Gav says, right? And I do agree with Gav to a certain degree. At the end of the day, these people are paying these, what could you say? Let's call them pimps to get them here. Because they can't do it in the legal way because they've probably got
a criminal record, the length of lethal work.
Correct, Ken. Correct. This is it. And that's why we're getting so many. That's why we're getting so many of these fucking fighting age men.
Yep.
There was a statistic put out that 1 in every 3 boats, there's like 1 woman and 1 child comes.
Aye, just to make it look good, aye.
I couldn't believe that, man. I could not believe that.
This has been going on for a long time, though, and it's really sad that it's taken to about like now, because people that were saying it a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago were called all of the names under the sun. Oh, you're paranoid. It's just a conspiracy. Even though there was people going down and standing and legit recording people coming off outside the land, you know. Yeah.
I don't know. It's scary, and I'll be honest, I think our time at this point is gone, right? But if you look, how we doing, Pete? If you look,
That's if they've even got family, Pete, mate. Half of them probably haven't, eh? They're just fancy not being wherever they started.
Squirrel, let's go back to the 80s, right?
Oh, yes, please.
We grew up in the 80s, right? You could go into the shop in the 80s and you had an ethnic thing we owned the shop, right? They
Mostly
treated
Indians, because they came over when they were invited after the liberation of India, was it no?
That's correct.
Pakistan, the creation of Pakistan.
Now, Punjabs.
What with us? Same with the Gurkhas. They were invited over too.
Did you? I don't know if you listen. I know I'm getting a wee bit push forward in what I'm talking about, but did you hear that one about the Gurkhas?
Oh, how they jumping out with the parachute.
That's the one, Hen.
You
I
send me that,
cannot believe that.
They're brilliant. There's 5 of them that jump with it.
Right?
I believe that. Like, that's got to be true.
Just for everybody on here, if you've not seen it, basically what it was is an army thing. We went into the Gurkha regiment and said, listen, we're looking for Gurkhas to come and jump out a helicopter, you know, basically be part of that kind of thing. So they were like air as well, and they were looking for people to put their hands up, and only 5 of them done it. So he was like that. So he goes to the head Gurkha and says to the head Gurkha, he says, why is there only 5? And he says, well, they think that they're going up in that and there isn't any parachutes. So there was fucking 5 Gurkhas willing to fucking jump out a helicopter or a plane with a fucking parachute. I'm like that. The Gurkhas are the fucking people, by the way. They're the men.
Yeah, man. My granddad always spoke highly of fighting alongside them.
Gurkhas are, and it's weird how stanch and how loyal they are to the monarchy.
Oh, definitely. It's just a sin that the likes of Joanna Lumley had to fucking campaign and fight to get them any sort of pension money.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, I knew nothing about that until that got highlighted. Is there anything else anybody else wants to talk about? Anybody else would like a bit of a light shown on anything at all, guys? You're more than welcome to say. Is there anything you want to talk about, Squirrel?
No, not really, mate.
We can get deep into it. What are you eating?
I've got a Snickers now that you reminded me. Yeah, I was getting a bit hangry earlier on. So I'd grab a small food pack in the town.
Hey, listen, guys, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you think that there's going to be a civil war in the next 5 years, or put a 2 in the chat if there isn't.
It'll not be a civil war, though, will it?
But it'll be portrayed as a civil war.
Nah, it'll be us versus them.
Correct.
Outsiders versus us.
Yep. Monk, you're in the same thought process as me. How we doing, Scotsman? It's Daniel, bro, as well, 69. Ian, trust you. No, honestly, guys, I think we all can see it. Because to me, the government isn't reneging on anything. They're making that much money off of the International Monetary Fund per people they're getting in their borders. The money is being funneled into all these government agencies, all these government, even Westminster. The money that's getting pumped into all these guys, they will never change anything. And the only way they'll change, in my opinion, is if there is a coup. If we take back control of our lives, of the government, we create a government that will do better. And I genuinely think there should be something put in place that if you're going to be a government official in any type of place, you should sign a waiver stating that you cannot make any money like through.
But then they just make out that there's no point in getting that wishy. They'll just money launder it somewhere else.
But this is what I'm saying, though. If they're going to money launder it, but there's also like a two-way kind of thing with that one. Then I think it should be they should have to put out their thing with every year, stating how much they made last year, right? Yeah. I just don't think, like, see all the deals in that's where all the money's made. See all the private deals and all that. You look at all the private deals going on, and all these ministers are becoming millionaires. Look at fucking Tony Blair, the biggest fucking warmongering crook of them all.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolute. And did he not get the Nobel Peace Prize?
I think he may have,
I couldn't believe that, man. I actually laughed when I heard that. He fucking totally destroyed the Arab region.
Yeah, it should have been done for war crimes.
Aye, for oil. And the best it wasn't just oil. If you think of the amount of drugs that was pushed through Afghanistan, how we doing, Doc, bro? The amount of drugs that was pumped through for Afghanistan and brought into Britain illegally by our own people, our own regiments and that. We're bringing stuff through. Right, how we doing? It's fucking scary. It's scary how much these people we've put in charge, they're bigger fucking gangsters than the drug dealers over here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's fucking unreal. The shady shit they all get themselves fucking put into. Then if one gets outed, he just goes to jail, shuts his mouth, and then gets out. They do a wee deal for him and he's out within a year or something like that. And then he gets himself a wee cushy job back at one of the places' big firms.
Yeah.
So essentially he's not in the public eye anymore, but he's still making the same amount of money.
Yep. That's how it goes, eh?
Yep, Toddy, 100%, mate. You're 100% right there. They don't wear masks, mate. They're right in front of you.
Yeah. Having a brass neck.
Even the trade unions these days, guys. Even the trade unions are fucking. It's crazy. It really is. Make you laughing at.
What I was telling you when I was on a course yesterday.
Oh, aye.
That's well funny. Industrial relations framework, or whatever the fuck it was.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, man, but you're totally right about all these things. Like, it's totally just creaming the money for themselves.
But it's all connected. Do you know what I mean? Everything is like a big tree, branch to branch to branch. It's all connected. Very, very similar. And the thing we said in there, 2030, the year 2030, agenda, I think it's Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
And I actually watched something about that, and it scares the shit out of me to think. I mean, you look at Bill Gates, what he said in that TED talk. I mean, if we do a really good job with vaccines, and I think we could get the population down by at least 10%.
Yeah, man, the guy's a psycho.
I thought that was, do you know, see, to start with, I thought that was somebody who had just video edited that in.
Nope.
And then I'm like, it's fucking true what he said.
Yeah, it's been about for ages, that video. He's a wee snake. Why would you trust a guy that can't sort a virus on your computer, but can have the world sorted out for vaccines?
Well, there was also something else I found out, like doing kind of research and whatnot else. Because I enjoy that. I enjoy finding out new things. I enjoy like information and stuff like that. And I found out that apparently John McAfee, do you know who that is?
Yeah, mate. You've been down the Master McAfee rabbit hole.
Yes, I have.
I wonder if his missus, I need to find out. Did Janice ever get him back?
I don't know.
Because he did not release his body for such a long time. Like, it's scary.
Well, do you know it's alleged that he was the one who created Bitcoin?
Yeah, I've heard that.
He was the one who created the full system.
He also gave the US government a whole load of laptops.
Yes. All corrupted way, so he could spy on them.
Yeah, mate, brilliant, eh? And so the question is the man actually dead, or is he still alive and hiding? I would like to think the second, but yeah.
I think the guy was took out.
You ever hear him singing? He could sing, by the way.
I fucking know it. He had a right husky, raspy voice.
Yeah, he was really good at just sitting at a computer, at a piano, and just singing. Yeah, I followed him on Twitter when he was still alive, and spoke to his missus after.
We've been through some amount of fucking subjects on here today.
Yeah, man, you can just chew the fat.
Exactly. And that's, well, I'll tell you what, we've no fucking spoke about Whammy. Where is he? Yeah, Lucifer. Where is he?
Oh, Lucifer got hammered by me and Monk last night. We kept making him stay live. He was like 3.5 hours live, I think. But every time he went to kill it, Monk was like, no, not happening. And I sat and done the same. So poor bugger stayed live about another hour and a bit.
He'll be still sleeping.
Probably, man. It's hard work staying on YouTube sometimes. It takes out of you.
It actually does. Nobody would understand. But see, when you're like sitting behind here, you know as well, when you're sitting behind here and you're looking at chat and you're trying to keep an eye so there's no dodgy shit, and you're trying to keep up with people's conversations and that, it can get tedious.
Oh, definitely.
It can get tedious and it gets a bit after a while. And that's how, see these guys that do the fucking 24-hour lives and all that. I'm like that. How the fuck do they do that? Not even the fact of how do they do it. Do they know fucking anything else outside of life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Wow. 24 hours sitting on a live stream. Wow. Hey, fair play if you do that, but the way I see it is, I feel that's just a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, especially this time of year where it's still light till like the back of 7. It's still very good. Oh, I'm going to miss the summer. I'm going to start getting depressed shortly.
Well, listen, Hen, I suffered with that 15 years ago. That I heard you and Monk speaking about it last night, and
yeah, man, it's horrible that, eh?
Oh, it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing. It wasn't just that. I had a lot of cultivating things making me feel that way. You know what I mean?
But you open the curtains and it's just grey.
Yeah.
Grey. Fucking shut them again now, you bastard. Sorry, I've taken for granted how nice we've had it recently, eh?
But see me, I'm one of the people that'll turn around and say 99% of my problems have been created by me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not a guy that, I mean, here's a cracker, right? I've just got a new apprentice working with me, right? So he's just no longer at school. Something like that, Sammy. And he appeared in late today. Right. It was an hour late. So I know I see the type of guy he is. He gets away with a lot in the house, right? His ma is, but his dad's similar to me, but his mum has got the trousers.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my boy, all that carry on.
Yeah, man. So we're not pushing.
So he comes in this morning. I says, and he went and run in front of me, and he said, "Sorry, I'm late." And I was like, "All right." I said, "Do me a favour, take yourself into the office." And he's like, "What?" I says, "Go into the office. I'll be in 2 minutes." "What for?" I says, "Because I want to speak to you." So we went trundling down to the office. So I brought in a guy who's just below me.
Right.
And I took him in and I said, "Why were you late?" And he's like, "Because my dad never woke me up."
Oh
right?
No, man. Fuck.
So I fucking lost the head with him. I says, "So it's your dad's fault. You're late. Is that what you're telling me?" "Aye." I says, "Can you not get yourself up?" "What did you do at school? Did you get yourself?" "No. My dad woke me up for school." And I says, "Well, listen, you're a big boy now. You don't get that at school. It's no school anymore, son. This is the real world. You're now being paid to come here. Don't think that I'm going to be all right with you strolling in whenever you fucking want. If you're my apprentice," and to be honest, it was his parents that came to our managers and one of the directors and said, "Can you put him with somebody who's going to push him forward, because he has got learning difficulty. He's got ADHD and he's got something else. But we want him somebody that'll push him on." So they said, "Right, well, that's wishy." So I've had the parents in telling me we want him to be different. And I'm like, "Well, it can only be different if you start. It's all right me getting him for 10 hours a day. See, when he comes home, he needs the same type of shit. You can't keep letting him up. You can't keep mollycoddling him." So it's, as I say, it's not just a work thing now. You know what I mean? If these boys need to change, it needs to be a full. It needs to be everywhere. It can't just be in the work. It's like parents who separate, and one of the parents is more stricter than the other.
Yeah, you can't be having that. You can't have good cop, bad cop. It needs to be
Correct. But I'll be fair to the parents with that guy. They have basically said to me, "If you get any cheek off him, put your foot up his arse."
Yeah, just man him up if you need to.
You know, and so I'm at the kind of position where I'm the new head. I've told him, if you're late within the next month again, you will be sweeping the floor for a full day. You'll not do any type of good work. You'll be sweeping the floor, and he hates that. He hates sweeping the floor. So I said, it's up to you. No, I can only apologise, blah, blah, blah. Now, normally, I would go round to see like the office, and I would go and speak to where what is it called? Where we get paid from.
Aye.
And I would tell him, listen, he's forgot this, he's done this, he's blah, blah, blah. And I would try and work it out that they didn't dock him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm not going round. Go and get yourself and get round there and go and speak to the lassie. Oh, I can't. I says, well, you're just going to get docked in, simple. And I walked away.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back in 20 minutes later. I went and hung me, she was shouting at me. I says, what do you expect? Her brother is the owner of this company. What did you expect? Yeah. But all it's done, Hen, it's like a wide awake for me again, you know, like, wow. This is what the youth's like now.
Yeah, man. It's been like that for a while.
Oh, wow. Isn't it half? It's scary, Hen.
God,
it really is scary.
The job I'm doing now, I had a person working for me, and what a nightmare. Just would they turn up one day, would turn up the next day, and it was my pal's bairnie, so I wasn't really in a position to do too much or say too much. But I got to the point where I was like, just go home and just didn't come back, because I can't rely on you to help me with nothing. Because when you turn up, you actually do no work. And that's if you turn up. And you're no here more than you're here. So, like, yeah, it was terrible.
Right. I'm going to tell you a wee anecdote here, right? Right. Sammy Hamburgers, right? Sammy Hamburgers is 7 years younger than me. No, 6. Right? So I was a fully qualified tradesman in my work. So he then came in, I got him a job and beside me.
Yeah.
So, as you know, what happens to all the new starts? They get harangued a bit. So I said to my brother, I said, do you want to join the lottery in the work? Because we had a big lottery thing running, a lottery and a Menage. And he says, I'll join the lottery. I says, well, see that guy standing down at that machine down there? Go down and say to him, tell him your name and you're my brother, and he'll agitate and he'll give you a number, right? I said, it's a £5 a week, would he? Anyway, the guy on the machine, what I didn't tell my brother, the guy on the machine was a raging pervert. This guy used to walk about with his cock out and everything, by the way. He did not give a fuck. And this machine was kind of elevated off the floor a bit. So when you stood next to the machine, he was like 4 feet taller than you, you know?
Yeah.
So my brother goes away down and my brother says, hey, are you the guy for the lottery? And he said, I am the guy for it. Wait there 2 seconds. So the guy turned round, right? My brother didn't see this. So the guy's pulled his penis out, right, through his overalls and just left it hanging, right, and turned round and said to my brother, there's your lottery ticket. Right? And my wee brother, there's Sammy Hamburgers, is like, get out the fuck, and he's trying to like shoo it away. That's what he was saying in the chat there. It was fucking hilarious. How are you doing, Gandhi?
Okay.
Good to see you, Gandhi. Oh, honestly, see, a lot of people don't know how to seal it. You'll see it as well, Hen. The camaraderie and the things that in a male dominant workplace, the things that they do is fucking It's borderline, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but I mean, some jobs
some of
try
the
to
things
be
that,
honest, mate.
some of the things that we take as jokes are borderline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not meant to have a laugh in my work.
Nah.
Some of the nonsense that goes down is pretty decent, to be fair.
Well, you've got to head because that's what keeps you going.
Some of the guys forget sometimes that I'm like the only woman in the wee bit that I work in. And when I'll say something, one will have a good laugh, and then the third one will be like, "Folks, you've got so-and-so's here and that." And I'm like, "Nah, lads, that's well funny. Keep going." Yeah, I'll not shy away for their jokes.
I love it. I love the camaraderie. There were a guy, I don't know if I've told you this story before, but there were a guy who I had served my time with. His name was John. And it was coming up his time for retirement. So I was his foreman at that point, and he came up to me and said to me, "I'm retiring in 4 weeks. I'm just going to retire. I'm not going to come in 2 days a week or whatever." And I said, "Right, okay, I'll speak to management." So I went in and speak to management, and I said, "Listen, John's going to take his full retirement. Is there any way we could maybe do something for it? Because he's got like 28-year service."
Right.
And they says, "Right, we'll sort that. Don't you worry about it." So he came in his last day, and you could see in his face he was struggling. So anyway, he came in, and at the end of the shift, they got everybody in the work all standing, and they came out and presented him with a gold watch, and they gave him a check. Well, the check wasn't from the company; that was from the owner.
Right.
Personal check. So he was upset, you know. So away he went. 2 weeks later, I gets a phone call. Him. I'm like, "How you doing, pal?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm loving it. It's amazing. I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this. All my time's full." And I just straight away I thought I was like, "So you don't want to come back then?" "Oh no, I'm doing this and I'm doing that." 4 weeks later, I gets a call. "Please help me. I need you to get me back." And I'm like, "John, you don't want to come back. You tell me." He's like, "David, it's all a lie. I can't cope.
Oh, really?
I can't cope. I miss the guys. I miss coming in and I miss the camaraderie. I miss having to speak to the guys. It's only me and my wee Doug. I can't cope. Could you please help us out?" I says, "I'll see what I can do." And eventually I did talk the management round to take him back 2 days a week. Right? And that was enough for him. And see, when he come back, you just seen a total change in the guy. Back to his wee happy self, whistling about, you know, coming in, and he was so happy again. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, that guy, he's going to be like that. He's going to need to work
forever. Or at least find a club where he can go and hang out with people.
Yeah.
You know, and find that same banter and not actually have to work for it. He can just like chill and hang out with people.
I just don't. I'm thinking about how I'll feel. You know what I mean, when it comes to retirement. A lot of people can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
But see if you have been indoctrinated with your job, a physical job, not even a physical job, just every day getting up at the same time and appearing and doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
It then skips past the being a routine. It becomes a daily, it's part of you.
Yep.
I think I'll struggle with that. With having all that time on my hands.
No long retired, and he couldn't wait and all the rest of it. And a few of the boys said the same thing, and it did happen. It gave him more time to drink, and he ended up getting blue-lighted to hospital. Wow. He was only able to drink, you know, after work. Now he was able to drink, like, during what he would work. And yeah, it didn't take him long. It was only about 3 weeks. for retirement to being like taken to hospital just by drinking too much.
Aye.
Wild.
You know,
straight in the pub.
well, as of that's me maybe now about 7 months. Maybe I've been doing studying and that for an engineering type of thing. Learning. Basically just trying to better myself, trying to get myself more qualifications so I can step up in the ladder or even step sideways and try something else. It's an engineering course that can put me behind the scenes with a lot more money and a lot more opportunities. So I've been doing that, and I passed my first stage of it, and then I done the second one, but what could I say? I didn't really hang me for it. I didn't really sit and, what do you call it, revise for it. But I still managed to get through. But I've been revising for this next one, and I'm trying my damnedest to try and get myself out of the line of work I'm in, because the line of work I'm in, it just decimates your body. It really does. Maybe the same as yourself, Squirrel. Decimates your body, pal. But we're all probably in watch that do this. Well, guys, that's now been an hour and a half. I'm going to knock this in the head, guys. But I'll say something, guys, man. I can't thank you enough. I didn't think I would get as much in tonight. And I'm happy as Larry. It's the same good people that's coming in. Much appreciate it. But guys, I'll try and get one done for Friday. Toddy, mate, thank you, mate, for coming in, mate. I would like to see a lot more of you come in, mate. We'll be able to get some more fucking chats and that's going. I just want to say thanks to you all for coming in. As I say, last night was a bit of a hang for us. Sometimes you've got to just go and do what you've got to do for the sake of your work. So everybody, I wish you all a good end to your week. I hope you all have a fruitful week, and you have got something good for the weekend. Hope your families are all well. Hope your kids are all well. And take care, guys. We'll get something sorted for Friday. I'll maybe do it a bit earlier on Friday, simply because a lot of other people seem to go live at that time, and it's pointless for me. I struggle to get viewers because they like the big channels. But I just want to say thanks, guys, for the night. Right, guys, thank you very much. You all have a great night and take care.